Greece is beautiful, but let's talk about the stuff nobody tells you before moving here. Sure, we all know what Greece is famous for. Crystal clear beaches, wild nightlife, amazing food, and yeah, all of the ridiculously good-looking men and women. But living here, that's a different story. Let me take you guys through the stuff that you won't see on Instagram. Γεια σας! Είμαι η Τζέιλα. Είμαι Αμερικανίδα, αλλά τώρα μένω στην Ελλάδα. Θα σας δείξω πώς είναι η ζωή μου εδώ. Απλά και χαλαρά. I'm going to switch back to English now. Let me tell you guys about some of the things that really surprised me living in Greece. So I made a list of things that most people don't talk about. But honestly, it's all a part of my experience, and everyone's experience is different. Αν είσαι Έλληνας, ελπίζω να μη θυμώνεις. So, let's jump into it. Okay, I thought people in USA smoked a lot, but Greece? That's a whole different level. You'll see everything in Greece. Cigarettes, vapes, bafos, Icos, sometimes all even at the same table. Just when I thought that nothing could beat the smell of regular cigarettes, along came Icos. That honestly feels like someone just farted directly in your face. I wish I was joking when I said this. It's the truth. Indoors, outdoors, it really doesn't even matter. There could be a giant no smoking sign right next to you and someone will still ignore it like it's a suggestion. I'm not judging. Okay, and after you've inhaled a cloud of secondhand smoke, Freddo Espresso. Coffee time is a whole event in Greece. Just be prepared to sit at the table for 3 hours and sip on a little bit of coffee because in Greece, they give you the tiniest straws. And I'm convinced that they only give them to you because coffee doesn't taste good. Why else would they give it to you? You could be sitting there for 3 hours on the same cup of coffee. And honestly, I don't even want to talk about the water. And no, I'm not talking about the ocean. I'm talking about bottled water. One thing you'll never see is a Greek person drinking tap water. At least in my experience, Greeks buy the most amount of plastic water bottles I have ever seen in my life. Every house has 40 bottles just stacked in the corner like they're preparing for the apocalypse or something. For example, my team, we would get, those 24 packs of water. We would probably go through 2 packs of 24 in one practice, just to give you an idea of how much bottled water there is. I brought my water bottle. I couldn't fill it, and if I did fill it, I'd be filling it with the bottled water into my water bottle. Just doesn't make any sense. Personally, when I lived in Athens, I would drink from the tap water, but I know where my fiance lives, you cannot drink the water. Speaking of everyday stuff, let's talk about laundry and bathrooms. Okay, so first, the toilet paper. That little trash bin next to the toilet, that's not for decoration. In Greece, the plumbing can't handle toilet paper. All of that goes into the trash bin next to you. I gotta be honest with you, taking out the trash for the first time was a humbling experience. And then there's laundry. In Greece, you probably already know this, everybody air dries their clothes. I'm not gonna lie, the first time that I dried my clothes outside, they came back super crunchy and I still haven't figured out a solution to it. Now that you guys got a feel for what life is like at home, let's talk about the next shock. Everything closes in the middle of the day. I always joke that Greeks don't want any money because being the American I am, I'm so used to Amazon same day shipping, going to Walmart in the middle of the night and buying absolutely nothing important. The shops close at 2 p.m. and they don't open again until like 5:30 or 6 in the afternoon. As someone who loves shopping, honestly, it saved me a lot of money, but it also makes me feel like money isn't the priority here in Greece. And on Sundays, everything is closed. It's considered a holy day and people will actually rest. Imagine that. And if you think everything being closed on Sunday is serious, just wait until Easter rolls around. Greek Easter, or Pascha, isn't just a holiday. It's a full-on event. There are fireworks, family gatherings, church services, fire-roasted animals on a stick. It's a lot. Not like in the US where you have the Easter bunny and the egg hunts. So first of all, let's talk about the lamb. There is so much lamb. You will see a whole lamb roasting on a stick in the front yard of people's homes. And it's like totally normal. And I mean, it kind of is. And then there's kokoretsi. It's basically seasoned organ meat wrapped in intestines. Doesn't that just sound super appetizing? I mean, after seeing it, I never did not try it. But maybe one day. The religious part is also super beautiful. Around midnight, there's a candlelit procession through the streets. Everyone gathers in the middle of the street holding a candle, following the tomb of Jesus. It's super powerful and honestly really moving, even if you're not religious. It was one of those moments where I was like, yeah, this is something you'll never fully understand until you experience it. Honestly, all of that closeness and sense of community during Easter, it's not just on the holidays. Greek families are close all year round. I'm sure most of you guys have seen My Big Fat Greek Wedding, and you probably thought, no way, people are actually like that. They are. And I say that with love, though. Family isn't just important here, it's everything. People live near each other, they eat together constantly. They don't really do like the whole distance thing here. Which brings me to greetings, the cheek kissing. I'm sure you guys know exactly what I'm talking about. You've seen it in the movies where people the double cheek to cheek kiss. The first time that I watched another woman kissing my man cheek to cheek, I was literally like, but let me clarify, it's not lips to cheek, it's more of like a cheek to cheek type motion with the kissing sounds. It's just how people greet each other here, and it's totally normal. It took me a minute to adjust because I'm definitely just okay with like a wave or a handshake. Now, on a totally different note, let's talk about the real locals of Greece. Cats. I'm not even over exaggerating when I say that they're everywhere. At the beach, at the bakery, outside of the church, in the middle of the road, at coffee shops, on rooftops, outside of your front door. I think I had 8 cats that lived across the street from me outside of my house just rent free. I didn't name them, but honestly at this point I probably could. Listen, I'm a dog person, so cats, it's not really my thing. Greece, you don't have a choice. The cats choose you. There was actually a news story about a serial killer that was going around in the middle of the night stabbing cats. That's how many cats there are. But not everything caught me off guard in a weird way. Some things were actually really amazing, like how fast you can go from the mountains to the beach. You guys know that my fiance is a farmer. He works up in the mountains. He has olive trees, apricot trees, oranges, lemon trees. It's seriously like a Greek postcard. And get this, it only takes him 30 minutes to get to work. Then, after a long day of being up in the mountains, and he can go for a swim. Like, where else can you do that in the world? And honestly, I think I take the same exact video every time I'm driving, because every single day I'm amazed by how beautiful the sea is. Greece still blows my mind every single day. To be honest though, living in Greece as a Black woman comes with a lot of moments that make me feel very noticed. I was really surprised by the Black community in Athens. There are whole neighborhoods where you can buy African grocery stores, salons, barbershops. I found multiple places that do Black hair. Like, I got waist length box braids for 100 euros. 100 euros. I mean, y'all are over here in Austin paying 300 minimum for the same thing, and you have to wash your hair, deep condition, detangle, blow dry, and bring your own hair. So yeah, I was a little impressed by that. But outside of Athens, especially during the non-touristy season, it's a different story. You just don't see as many Black people here. So when you do, I feel like there's this unspoken bond. I've made a lot of lifelong friends being here in Greece that I'm super grateful for. You'd think that being in a place that's packed with tourists every summer, tipping would be expected, but it's not. Tipping is very chill here. I'm talking like 1 to 2 euros max, which is like $1 or $2. For example, I got my nails done in Corinthos where I lived. It was 15 euros to get my nails done. 15. And I rounded up to 20 euros, and the nail tech literally looked at me like, no, that's too much. She looked so uncomfortable, like I was handing her a suitcase full of cash or something. Now compare that to the US. When Demetrius came to Austin, we had like a family dinner. Ironically, it was at a Greek restaurant. The bill was around like $280, and we ended up tipping $60. He stared at the receipt like we just got robbed. He kept saying, that's not normal. That is definitely not normal. So yeah, tipping culture is definitely one of those things that takes a second to adjust to. But once you get used to it, your wallet will definitely thank you. But here's the thing. Tipping in USA is tied to like a service. Waiters will check in on you every 5 seconds. You might be like eating and in the middle of eating, and then they stop you and they're like, is everything okay? Are we doing okay? They try and fill up your water, and they're pushing the receipt on you to try and get you out of the table and get you moving. In Greece, it's the exact opposite vibe. You walk into a restaurant and you just pick where to sit. You just sit down. There's no person telling you, oh, we have this table open. Oh, you should sit here. You just go and take a seat wherever you want. And then when you actually want the waiter for something, good luck trying to find them because you might have to wave them down from across the street. You want the bill or you want to pay for your stuff, it'll probably take you 20 minutes. And no one's rushing you out. That's the best part. You could sit there all day even if you wanted to. I mean, as long as you buy something, at least a coffee or something. But yeah, it's two different worlds. But honestly, I've grown to love the slower pace here. It makes me feel like something you enjoy and it's not someone rushing you through it. All right, that's my list. Just some of the things that really caught me off guard being in Greece. All of it is a part of what makes living here so interesting. If you've ever been to Greece, or you're living in Greece, or want to travel to Greece, drop a comment down below of what surprised you and let me know of anything that I might have missed. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you guys next time. Taleme. Bye. Freddo espresso. I can't even say it right. Freddo espresso. Freddo espresso. I always say Freddo espresso. Do other Americans say that? Freddo espresso? Anyways, okay. Freddo is difficult.